show. And now we know. And now we know. And now we know. It's time for the show.
Hey, I'm so happy that you guys are here for another season. You came to join me. Of course, I have somebody cool that you guys would love to get to know, so you don't have to question that. The first person that I have today, his name is Chris. So show him some love. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show.
Would you rather have your shirt always be 2 sizes too big or 1 size too small? I'm gonna go with 1 size too small since I've been working out a little bit. I wouldn't mind a tighter shirt, you know, even if it's, you know, a little snug, but like, I don't know, now I'm thinking about it. It's like 2 sizes too big would be comfortable.
Why don't you start with giving us like a summary?
Okay, for sure. So, hi, my name is Chris. I have been doing slam poetry on and off for about 8 years. I'm also involved in like a bunch of other creative projects. I wrote a Dr. Seuss parody. I taught English in China for 6 months. I'm working on putting some beats to a few of my poems too, so that's exciting.
You just got back.
Yeah.
And wow, you're just taking on all these new projects.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. So how did you discover who you are? Like, how did you discover what your talents are?
For the slam poetry, I had a teacher in high school. His name was Mr. Beck. So shout out to Mr. Beck.
Shout out Mr. Beck.
And for one of the assignments, like he showed the class a lot of clips, you know, of slam poetry. And that was when, you know, I first did it and discovered that I really liked it. So after that, I just kept doing it.
I'm excited to see more of your work, and I can't wait for everybody to see your work. He's gonna show us some of his slam poetry, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Next thing we're going to talk about is what's the difference between poetry and slam poetry? What would you say the difference is between that? For
the most part, slam poetry is usually a form that is much more free-flowing, like it's much less structured or restricted. It's just very open, so that doesn't have rhythm or rhyme or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't have to rhyme, so that's very interesting to me. So it's very free-flowing. You can just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Would you rather find true love or a suitcase with $1 billion? Damn, I mean, like, I don't know. Fuck, these are. I don't really care about money, but at the same time, like, I feel like I could do a lot with $1 billion.
Is there a difference between slam poetry and freestyle rap?
It's so subjective, like the difference between like slam poetry or freestyle rap, and like in a lot of ways they are very similar, and it's just who's performing it or how they want to define it. But it would be hard to say, like, you know, that there's a very distinct specific difference between the two. So
they're very similar.
Yeah,
interesting.
Definitely.
Next thing, Eminem. He's in the news. Eminem is in the news because of a freestyle that he's done. I'm sure you guys have seen his freestyle by now. It's a pretty dope freestyle. Shout out to Eminem for this freestyle. It's awesome. Of course, everything that he does is like awesome. He really got deep about issues with Donald Trump and how he felt. Let's show a clip of Eminem's freestyle right now because we just have to see a clip of this.
I'ma stop. But we better give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust. And while the drama pops and he waits for shit to quiet down, he'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops.
Since it is Eminem and it's done with rhyme and rhythm, you know, that it would be considered freestyle rap. But if a, you know, slam poet or just, you know, some other random person did this and called it slam poetry, I don't think anyone would question it. They'd be like, oh yeah, this is slam poetry, you know? So it really is just up for interpretation too.
There's a link below so you can see the rest of his freestyle if you haven't seen it already.
One of the lines in there, he's saying like, oh, we all love our military and we love our country, but, you know, we hate Trump. And I thought that was interesting because, like, as far as me personally, like, I do love this country, but right now I just really hate the military.
My personal opinion on it is that a majority of them are blind to the realization of it. They're just doing it to pay for their family's food and stuff like that. They're not actually looking at the huger picture of what's actually going on.
He just takes over the media and like everything is focused on him, and we don't really see what's going on, but behind the scenes, who the people are who are like pulling the strings for all these things.
Right. Thank you, Eminem, for opening that conversation, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be talking about this. So shout out to Eminem one more time. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Now we're going to play a game called Would You Rather, and I want to find out, and the people out there watching want to find out, what would you rather do, and we're going to get to know you on a deeper level. All right, so the first thing we're going to ask you is, would you rather have lunch with President Obama or Hillary Clinton?
Oh wow. I would actually probably go with Hillary Clinton, just because.
Hillary.
I have a lot of questions I want to ask her. She would say a lot of nice things and then do the exact opposite.
Would you rather write a rap with Eminem or work on a slam poetry with your favorite slam poet?
I'll probably work on a rap with Eminem,
Of course, who's going to turn down that? Would you rather have hair like Donald Trump? Let's show a picture of Donald Trump's hair. All right, so Donald Trump, or would you like to have 6 toes on each foot?
I would much rather have 6 toes. Like, that's something so unique.
Thank you for participating in that game. You did such an excellent job, and I feel like I know you a lot better. I feel like you're my brother now.
Oh, thank you.
How can we find you? How can the people out there find you?
You can look up just like Chris Conway Slam Poetry. Right now I have on YouTube 7 subscribers.
Yay!
So it's still very much in like the incubation phase, but
it's in the works, but it's going to explode, I'm pretty sure, because you're an excellent poetry artist. And now for the people out there watching you that are inspired by you and would like some of your tips, what would you have to say to those people watching?
I think the biggest thing that you can do is, and I know this sounds really cliche, but to follow your passion, like whatever you feel particularly strong about, just go with it, because good poetry does have to come from something you're passionate about. If it's just like one poem or one piece, do what you're passionate about.
For those of you out there that are interested in slam poetry, you can also hit him up on his YouTube channel and ask him any personal questions you're interested in asking. He'll definitely, I'm sure, answer any of your questions. Now, we are going to watch a performance, finally. Finally, the time has come.
Alright, this one is called Rip Rap. All you choose to do is just rap about the Trinity. Girls, drugs, money, props originality. You think that gets through to me? Is that relatability? We don't all live on clouds, okay? I'm just trying to live frugally. Your narcissistic tendencies, brutality, and fallacies are never true creations, and no way to paint a masterpiece. But let me see if I could be as fake as you. You see, I can't, because it's killing me. Burns to breathe this stale, reused air, it's just poisoning. So stop all this neurotic talk that blocks my path so I can't walk, but run from my reality. And now your lies are twisting me, with lives just filled with ecstasy, fucking in your stacks of green that makes me hate monotony and boring life of broken dreams. What I can't have, you make me crave, and so I lose myself for days with drugs I can't afford to pay, so fuck my life and throw away the things that really matter. Friends, love, and creativity. I must be going crazy, and my thoughts are getting hazy with the way these artists play me, and I'm just screaming now, so maybe you won't blame me when I ask thee to save me from these demons I hear daily. Materialism is a prison, but we see right through your mysticism and break that thread just like a prison, painting rainbow optimism, arisen through our synergism, demanding more humanism. This isn't just about what's on the radio. It's symbolism.
That was an awesome performance. I'm so glad that Chris did that for us. Make sure you keep him in mind, Chris Conway. Don't forget this guy. And that's the end of this show. I'm so glad that you guys have joined us. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Share it to your friends. And if you're a slam poetry artist, go ahead and sign up for my show. I'd be happy to have you on here. That's it, you guys. See you next week.
Yay, bye. Do I just walk away? What do I do?